Next honoree is Betty Guenther. Hello, Betty Ann. How are you?
Oh, I'm just fine, and I think it's wonderful to be here with you people, and you're so generous to give us such a nice party.
Is that your full name, Betty Guenther?
Mm-hmm.
Is that your married name, or?
Nope, same name, never married.
And Betty Ann, when did you get into the industry?
In 1937, I came in at the end of Snow White, and Snow White opened before Christmas instead of like they say now.
What did you do at Disney then?
Well, I started out as an inker, which is that was when I started in 1937. That was the highest you could go because Walt figured that all the women were going to get married. So, and it took quite a while. We trained for several months and before we went on production in those days. And so then after Snow White, I was fortunate enough to help with the original cell setups that they did on Snow White. They started doing it then. They were not as elaborate as the ones now. And then after, maybe about 6 years, I became a supervisor in inking. And I was that for quite a while. And then Xerox came in, and at Disney's we had those big specially built deals at Iworks Design. And that I really enjoyed the most because I got to get around. I did a lot of my own traffic work because it was fun to go around and deliver it to people and see what they were doing because it was sort of in the beginning, then later it relaxed, but the animators were in the animation building and the ladies were in what we called the hen house. And so anyway, that's...
Did you continue as a supervisor throughout your career at Disney?
Most of it, I was a supervisor.
Yeah. Have you retired?
Mm-hmm.
When did you retire?
Oh, let's see. About, say, 3 years ago, I think.
Mm-hmm. Is there any memories of your career or that you would like to talk about that are especially fond to you?
Well, the whole experience, naturally, it had its dark moments. When I first started, where there were about 200 people that were practicing. Because, see, this was the end of the Depression, and I walked out of Pasadena Junior College into Disney's, and I thought, oh, my word, I wasn't going to make it as an inker. And I was lucky enough to do it. And then they kept sort of dropping people off every week because they didn't mean it, because there was a day and a night class. But they were getting ready for the big push at the end of Snow White. And so that was one of the darkest times. But then when I was put on production, why, at least I was there. And so then I really enjoyed, I have happy memories rather than bad, I mean, naturally everything isn't rosy in life, but the one thing that I can remember, I was really embarrassed. There was a supervisor I was very fond of, and I'd been working on cell setups after we finished Snow White, and they were sort of basic in those days. We just started it, but they kept me on that way, doing those. And then when I went back to inking, the first thing they were making that picture about Hollywood with the W.C. Fields as the egg and the Mother Goose goes Hollywood. And I had trace backs of the egg, which was the bottom of W.C. Fields, in a big round circle, and this gal that I really felt highly, I really liked her, said, well, you aren't doing so well. And I said, well, I know. And she said, well, if you know, why aren't you doing something about it? And I was really crushed. But she didn't mean it the way it sounded, but, when you're young, you're sort of sensitive. And
Well, I look forward to seeing you tonight at the banquet.
Well, thank you very much. And
thank you very much for the interview.
And thank you. It was a wonderful party, as I said before.
Okay.